It's MotoGP and the German Grand Prix here at the Sachsenring. The green light is on and we are underway for what is going to be hopefully a fantastic, wet, windy, confusing weekend. Welcome to the German Grand Prix. The green light is on and we are underway for this session. And the riders are heading out onto the circuit here in the Sachsenring. Alongside me in the commentary box is Megan Birch as the first 45-minute free practice session is underway. But she has a few issues, I think, with her eye. What have you done?
Myself in the eye.
Well,
like full on poked my eyeball.
I didn't have enough time to rotate my headset back around, so I'll leave it like this for now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because we're from the Wimbledon stuff. Hello, Megan.
My eye's wet now.
It's not so bad here this morning in the commentary box, is it, actually?
It's cold.
Yeah, which is good. Oh, sorry. Do you want me to do this to it again and put it more down my way than your way? Yeah. Speaking of cold, what do you think of the track conditions? Look at the rain in the year as well.
It looks like it would tease rain, but not actually happen.
Are we in for an interesting weekend, or is it just going to be a quiet weekend?
Quiet, I think. And now I say that, it's going to be crashing every 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably will be as well as they come through. So let's take a look at the state currently of the championship. Marc Marquez leads on 307 points. Alex Marquez, after his wrist injury in Assen, he has now confirmed that he will ride, but then an evaluation will be after FP1. But Enea Bastianini is missing Friday due to appendicitis.
Appendicitis? Oh, jeez. So he's going to win by the rules of motorsport next time.
Yeah.
Also, how is he only missing one session?
Because it doesn't require surgery.
Oh.
It's a bit like Luke's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't he had it like 3 times?
Yeah. So basically, I'll just have it out, basically. But if he has it out, he can't ride this weekend.
I never understand how he gets things multiple times.
If he has his appendix out, Bastianini, he won't be able to ride this weekend and he won't be able to ride next weekend.
But then the weekend after that, he'll win by the rules.
We're back at Brno next weekend, though, for the Czech Republic Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But it's actually now just the Czech Grand Prix.
They've ditched Republic.
But I'm so looking forward to it. Hello, Michael. Hello, Plug. Hello, Sean. Everyone here as well. Hello, everybody.
Does my eye look okay?
Yes, it does. Big weekend here. Lots of action. Lots of bike racing as well.
First time's on the board.
Yeah, I've declined the chance to go trackside.
Yeah, I'm very glad you did.
Because I should have been at Donington for the World Superbikes, but Formula E might wrap up their championship in Berlin, so I have to be here by my media pass.
Yay!
And when looking at the schedule, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm staying here.
You'd be leaving me alone.
Yes, with so much to do. I mean, we've also got the Wimbledon finals. It's like I'm not covering IndyCar Race 2 because I'm doing the men's Wimbledon final. So Owen will be on the call for that.
He's stuck here.
Yes, I'm fine. Although I'm not here this evening. I'm busy this evening.
Does that impact me?
Don't know yet. You might have to... Well, you definitely have to run the Wimbledon stream and you might have to start an IndyCar stream on the Mac. Not 100% sure yet, unless Omi can do it for me. The IndyCar. Then you just have to do Wimbledon.
I don't even know. I don't understand tennis.
You have to commentate. You just have to host the show.
Yeah, but you do a clicking thing.
Yeah?
I don't know what that is.
What do you mean clicking things?
You update things.
Oh, no, we don't. We've got... that's only when we commentate.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't understand tennis. To me, it's just hitting a ball back and forth. I just don't understand it.
You can watch the final. It'll be live on JBSportsXtra, where all of our Wimbledon coverage has been. First times on the board then, as it's Miller on top.
Huh?
With a... No, it's Zarco, actually. 121.697. Marini, Miller, Acosta, and look at Ralph Fernandez jumps up into second place with a 121.911. Right, let's get into some of the big news stories that have been flying around MotoGP. Let's start with Alex Marquez. The accident with Acosta at the Assen race. You read it as like, well, there was no way either of them could have gone. But
Yeah.
what do you think of? He's now broken his wrist, and now he's having. He's going to ride here. He's been declared fit. He's in practice 1, but he'll be evaluated afterwards.
He won't continue for the weekend.
It's a hard track to race at. Even Mark pulled out here a couple of years ago with a broken finger.
Yeah, it's just like, don't risk the safety of your wrist, and I think it's a very unfortunate consequence.
Yeah, but he's 68 points back in the championship.
Yeah, he's going to struggle to catch up.
Is it Mark? And Mark
Unless
here.
Mark crashes out a couple of times.
That's true, but he's not going to crash out this weekend, is he? Because Mark is king of the ring. This is his track. This is the one where Mark's going to win
he
it.
might crash out. But,
Well, do a Kota.
yeah.
Every time Mark Marquez has finished here, podium or win.
But if he doesn't finish...
Light spots of rain are apparently falling on the circuit.
Oh, no.
So already we've got the rain.
Oh, I can see it there.
That's downhill in towards turn 1 with Johan Zarco.
That's a tough corner as well.
Somkat Chandra successfully underwent surgery. He won't be replaced at the German Grand Prix, but Taka Nakagami will replace him at the Czech Grand Prix next weekend. But yeah, Chandra off as well now.
Okay, what is it with all of them? Can you all stop injuring yourself or getting ill? What did he have surgery for?
Crash last time out in Assen. Yeah.
Assen, the place where everyone seems to crash and then need surgery.
Mark's gone top, 120.749. He's 7/10 faster than Pietro Costa, and I think that kind of sets the tone for what the rest of the weekend is going to be as Fabio Quartararo comes over the line and does a 121.773.
Ooh.
Goes up into 8th position, Megs.
Quartararo's rear tyres looking like it's degrading fast and it's wobbling.
How's he on? He's on medium front, medium rear.
Maybe he needs to change it to medium front, hard rear.
Yeah.
Because with how heavy the turns are, I think he really needs it because he seems to be putting a lot of pressure on that back wheel.
So yeah, just a reminder, we've got the Donington session coming up soon for World Superbikes. That'll be live here on JB2 as well. By the way, difference to how this weekend is working, if you are new, we have now this WCR practice underway. Right, different to how it's going to work this weekend. We have practice live on JB Motorsports 2. Qualifying, the Tissot Sprint and the Grand Prix is going to be live on the main JB Motorsports channel. We've got away now from having to move everything around because of other important events like the British Grand Prix, Le Mans, Indy 500. So we're back to how it was originally at the start of the season. Practice coverage will be live on JB Motorsports 2, and then live on the main JB Motorsports channel will be the MotoGP qualifying, the MotoGP Sprint and the MotoGP race. Live on JB2 will be the Moto3 and Moto2 races. So that's how it's going to work. It's back to how it usually is for this weekend's coverage.
That's good.
This weekend. The festival's this weekend. But we can't do anything because all our streamers are taken.
Yeah, and everything else is...
Actually, I'm not too sure. No, I think it is because your laptop's doing one with them.
Yeah. And also, if you put it on for that long, it will have a padding.
Yeah, I'm already worried that it's having to do the WEC race. But then again, it's done that before, and the WEC race servers are so simple for you.
Let's just not talk about it now. It's going to stress me out. I don't need that early on in the day. Can you tell it all that I am ever so slightly sick?
Are you?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm starting to get a bit of a cold.
There you go. There's that says Meg PC. Oh, and you've got to lead the commentary on one of the Formula E qualifying sessions. Because I'm doing the Moto3 Grand Prix of Germany.
When's this?
Sunday at 10:15.
When were you going to tell me?
As soon as I remembered, actually. It helps, I'm on the tennis. No, I'm on tennis in the evening. It's a weird weekend how it works out. At least you have to get up at 6 o'clock now on Saturday and Sunday. That's me. Hello. Mark's still fastest. There's Alex out on the bike.
I slept in this morning.
I thought you might have. Right, let's have a quick look then. Mark Marquez as well. Mythic says, oh, well, that's Mark's territory,
Oh.
the rain conditions this weekend. What
Alex?
is Alex doing?
That's his wrist.
No, he's saying something about the rider ahead, blocked him, he's gone through. So he's saying to Zaka to go through and I'll follow you.
Is it really a good idea for him to be going one-handed round things like that with a wrist
Entirely
like that?
100% sure, actually. That's worried me just a slightly bit.
He seems to cover.
A few lap times being deleted by the stewards. Alex is back in now. He's had surgery. He hasn't had surgery. He should be good. He's been declared fit. Everything went well.
Honestly, it's like, it impresses me how quickly motorsports people actually recover from their injuries.
Is it motorsport people or is it just Mark Marquez? I mean,
No,
Alex.
it's like in a whole.
Yeah.
It's like over the whole like net of it all, like anyone.
Yeah.
For example, like Carlos Sainz
Yeah.
with his
appendicitis.
appendicitis, yeah. And then he went on to win.
What have you done? No, it's fine.
No, you almost just pulled it out.
You can't. It's locked in with a screw. See?
Yeah, well, I heard a lot of noise.
That's because I'm not the.
Stop messing with it.
How do you tangle your lead up so much? We've had these headsets now for 7 years. Mine, still utterly perfect. Yours looks like something out of Rambo.
Because mine, okay, your lead goes there. Yours is usually on that side, so it just goes straight down. Mine goes across me,
Well-
and I have hair.
Mine's going across me as well at the moment, and I still manage to keep it straight.
Yeah, that's because it takes time for it to actually turn.
Well, I'm getting a fabric lead to sort of stop that bit of tubing.
No, I like the turn. It's something to fiddle with.
I don't. It makes me go OCD nuts.
Well, lots of things in this country what makes me go OCD nuts. So.
Am I sweating at all?
No.
It feels like I am. It's very warm. As soon
It's
as
freezing because of his fan.
Yeah, but as soon as all the equipment starts heating up, it gets very warm quite quickly in this box.
Good.
Bad.
Good for me.
Is the live tracking working for this session? Oh, yeah, it is. Hey.
32.5 minutes left to go of this session. And it's Marc Marquez in first with a 1:20.372. Not that being first in FP1 means much of a long standing of the weekend. It just means, yay, I'm winning at least a session. Quartararo's in second with a 1:31.016, and it's
What's up, Buttercup?
it's just Mark's remarkably quicker than the rest of the field right now.
It's this track.
Here's a replay. I think it's the incident that Alex was talking about.
Yes, it is.
Down turn 3.
Did Alex nearly drop it? No, he's just. I think he's angry that there wasn't enough speed. That's ironic for Marquez to say that. Look at him, he's furious out there. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Either that or he's persuading for it not to rain.
No, look, even he said to the Ducati, there's something. Let's have a listen.
That not Mark gets injured, of course not. That Mark makes
Even I don't know what's going on there.
Did I just hear them wishing that Mark would do something?
I think it was that Mark didn't get injured. It's that Mark does not get injured that often. But when he does get injured, he gets injured big time.
I could have sworn it was something about the championship was like big. I only heard like 10 seconds of it, but still, that sounded like they were hoping he would do something to close up the championship.
Our coverage of MotoGP, at the end of it, you'll be also redirected to the World Superbikes and their practice session. That gets underway at 10:20. So as soon as we're done, you'll be moved over as well to keep up with live timing on that one as well. WCR out this weekend as well. And the documentary, Off Track, done by the Cosmic Network, is been released as well. And yes, I'm in it for 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
The whole weekend long, and I've only found... I'm probably in it more, but when I skip through, I can only find myself in 30 seconds. And it's me walking back in after Mal got taken out in race 2.
Because of anger.
Slightly, but I'm there in my best clothes. So I'm there in my...
That's good.
I'm here in my blue, me blacky blue jeans, me red Converse, and my blue denim jacket done up. So I'm looking very suave.
Your classic go to the track outfit.
Yes, my classic go to the track outfit. So I'm looking good out there. Quartararo can qualify, but when it comes to races, he can fight for podiums. But unfortunate thing is that he's always crashing or having technical problems. Says T.
Especially
I
with
agree.
ride height.
Yeah, like at Silverstone when he was, well, effectively the winner, and then it's not gone out. Do you know? Okay, I'm starting to have FOMO now. I'm looking at the Donington track, and I know I'm not there.
Yeah, you're not there because you're doing other stuff.
Yeah, it is impossible actually. The rate that we've got on this weekend is just mad.
Sometimes you just gotta miss things.
Yeah.
I do.
To be fair, I'm fine.
This is what it's like to be me.
Watching the diamond screens.
Yeah.
I goes through.
When you go away, this is what my life is.
What my life usually is.
Yeah. Yeah,
What's
but
that?
I think he went a little bit too far into the corner.
Yeah, I thought he might have crashed. Run 1 for Quartararo has put him second fastest. It's a 1:21.016. Sean says as well. We also have to think that Yamaha is still lacking on race pace. They are at the moment, yeah.
Quartararo doesn't have his necklaces on.
No, I noticed that as well this weekend. He's not got the necklaces on. This is into turn 13 for Fabio. Now, you spotted the rear tyre here. He's on the soft front, medium rear, and he's done 7 laps, but it's such a high abrasive circuit, they've already started to wear away.
Look, you can see it on like the right-hand side of the tyre. You can see a big line forming of degradation.
So already we've got problems coming for Quartararo. Oh,
Yeah.
marvellous.
He can never escape the problems, I've noticed.
It's going to be one of these days, isn't it?
Yeah. Doesn't help that he keeps going on for rumble strips.
Yeah, it's painted like it's the German flag. Actually, while we're here, considering we're in Berlin and the German Grand Prix, please remind me to get the flag and put that up this weekend.
Okay.
Because we have a German flag. The reason why we have a German flag is Quartararo's last victory came here. Wow, was it really that long ago since Quartararo last won? 2022 in Germany. Wow.
I thought he only won this year.
Has he won a sprint? I remember on Mark's off the head. No, Quartararo hasn't won a sprint and hasn't won a Grand Prix.
Did he come close to winning one?
A couple of times he's come close to winning. But he had 3 poles in a row. So he started on pole 6 times this year so far. Yeah, if you want to know why, by the way, when we set up the commentary box originally back in 2020, we didn't have the middle checkered flag. So we had the 2 checkered flags on the end, and there was no banner then. So the checkered flag was out of stock. So we needed a flag for the weekend. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll do what BBC used to do. And I got a German flag and stuck it down the middle. And the plan was to not buy another checkered flag, but to rotate what racetrack we're at.
But that got too complicated.
Because the flag will be popping down every weekend.
Yeah.
So we just stuck to the checkers.
See.
So we now just have a random German flag.
Of course, it comes in handy.
Yes, it did.
I would say we should get more flags, but no. Where would we put them?
Yeah.
We're not Sheldon Cooper.
Plus, we have
flags.
digital flags anyway, as you can see. So it kind of makes it easy.
Exactly.
So that rain staying away for this morning. However, thunderstorms predicted for Saturday, like really bad weather predicted tomorrow. And Sunday doesn't look that good either.
Do you know?
There you go.
Ah, there we go.
We need to have a bit more gaffer tape on. Someone's gone down. Someone's gone down. I heard it in my ears. That's at turn 1, I reckon.
Yeah. Who is it?
Zarco.
Aww.
Our race winner from France.
Poor Zarco. You can do it.
I remember when fellow teammate him a number of years ago, Stefan Bradl. Do you remember Stefan Bradl?
Yes.
Good, just asking.
His race, well, I've commentated before.
I know. 2014, I think, he took the lead at the home race from pole, and the whole place went nuts. I remember. I can remember that. The screams from the fans. Let's have a look then. What he's done.
Someone check his upper left leg because he hit that on the bike. But that's down at turn 1, and I said turn 1 was a problem.
Just goes underneath him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's under braking as well, so just snaps right underneath. Nothing you could have done about that, unfortunately.
You can see an ever so slight limp.
Marquez on 23.72. Looking good at the moment.
24.5 minutes left to go. And it's...
How long?
So 24.5 minutes.
I think it's 4.5.
No. And it's Bsky doing well yet again. Was that a problem with a ride height device?
No, I think he's just trying to get some temperature into the carbon discs at the front.
By jumping?
Oh, yeah, you get that. They're like horses, these things.
Does that mean if you smack the rear tyre, it'll just go?
Yeah. I've always said that bike racing is the equivalent of horse riding. Not Formula 1 with horsepower. It's bike racing. That's what's it, because you can have a high side either way.
They're allowed to do that. They have no place to put them.
That tag cancelled due to yellow flag for Bagnaia.
That's unfortunate for Bagnaia. Doesn't get a lot of luck recently. Looking at Acosta right now. That's also 33 of Binder. Getting a lap time cancelled due to that yellow flag. He's a little bit slow there into that corner from Acosta. He's obviously on a slow lap because he never would go that slow.
Britwatch in the WCR free practice session, by the way. Chloe Jones is in 5th place. Jamie Hanks-Elliott is 12th as well. So good stuff from there. And our own Mallory Dobbs, who is a friend of the channel, she's 17th. Oh, my hands.
Leave it alone.
It's hot. I need to hold something cool, like a couple of ice cubes.
Do that in the next session that you're in. That rain.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll hit maybe the last 5 minutes.
It's just hovering over the top of the circuit at the moment.
Or it could be that situation where the clouds are there, but it doesn't fall until it's out of the way of the circuit.
Pedro Acosta looking strong as well. 1.149 down on the overall basics times.
I love the rain. And not just like in motorsports, I just love the rain.
Saxon Ring always delivers a good race, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, a little bit there on to the curve for Acosta as he crosses the line with a 1:21.748. Gone into 7th.
Just adjusting our blog here, because there's no point if we can't read it.
That's Bsky going on a fastest lap.
There we go.
Yeah, you can see where the clouds are.
Is the timing screen working for everybody? Is it all good? I think it looks all good to me. Hope it is.
It looks a decent lap time from Bsky so far. He might get about 4th, go up 1.
Bsky, who won the British Grand Prix earlier on the season. Thanks, Sean. It is good. And thank you from Tig. Let's have a look then. Tig's been putting some things in as well. Mark is 7 tenths quicker than the rest of the field. I mean, of course it was going to be like this. Mark would dominate unless he crashes out the sprint or the race. I really hope Martin can come back to Brno and not have any other problems. We need the champion. We don't know what Martin could do. We never know. He could have been fighting for the top 5 finishes as well. Well, yes, I'd agree with that, because we know that Aprilia, on its day, can work. We've seen Bsky do it. So a world champion easily could do it.
Definitely. I mean, it's child's play for that.
Yeah. Do you reckon that there's going to be a sort of a half situation where Martin will come back and he'll ride a couple of races on the Aprilia and go, actually, I want to stay? Is that at all possible?
It's happened before, so it could be. Oh!
That was a replay.
Yeah. It was just more aggressive that way.
Zarco going down to turn 1.
He's actually... No, he hit the camera. The camera that's on the bike seat.
I thought he whacked something there.
Yeah, that's what he's smashed his upper leg into.
Yeah, I thought he did something.
So that camera's broken now.
Marvellous.
You're going to have to replace that.
Just working out also that I need to get a microphones still connected to this? Oh my god, they are.
Does that mean they were hearing you?
No, it just explains why there was nothing going through my laptop for a while. There we go.
It would be hilarious if they were constantly hearing you.
Well, yeah, just having everything all good so far. Just setting up for the Superbike session. Oh, I can't do anything, can I, Anthony? Oh, that's cheeky.
It's only 19.5 minutes. Why does this session always seem so much longer than it actually is?
Always great on me too, actually. If you can hear the rumbles in the background, by the way, Megan, don't be alarmed.
I can't.
Good. Just waiting as we'll be on shortly for the
now I
next.
can.
Yeah, we'll be on shortly for the World Superbike stream.
When it goes to like the yellow, I can.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting actually session here this weekend because it's really hot in the UK. It's strange. Last year at Donington, it was sort of up, down, up, down, up, down. Nobody knows what the weather was going to be.
Now it's like up.
Yeah, and it's going to be hot all weekend long.
But do you know what it's going to be today? Here.
What?
27.
Now do you see why I brought the fan into the commentary box, by the way?
Yeah.
It's going to be a hot weekend.
Though, if it helps, the air pollution the last couple of days has been phenomenal.
Good or bad?
Good. It's been the lowest it can be, 1.
Oh, great.
I don't know why. I mean, it's very unusual for it to be 1. The most it usually is 2.
Marc Marquez, Fabio Quartararo, Pecco Bagnaia, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Marco Bezzecchi. That's your top 5 as things stand here at the elusive Sachsenring in Germany. Never quite know what you're going to get at this place.
There's a lot of rain in the air around the world right now.
It's just natural weather, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's like a lot of rain.
Alex Marquez making down to turn 1.
And does he almost drop it? Does he almost drop it? No, he just seems to go right on the racing line. Maybe a little bit too wide for what I would like to see.
Yeah, that's it really, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't know why we had that replay. But yeah, I looked at it last night, the weather, and there was literally rain in each continent. Like massive amounts of rain.
Istanbul is so continent. Look at Marc Marquez, he's matched his own sector time. 17.874. 17.874. And now 2/10 down, middle sector.
Well, gotta go bad somewhere.
Over the line comes Alex. And it is 13th, 121.739. Mark still on top.
I suppose 13th is probably one of the best things we're going to get from Alex this weekend. I mean, we don't want him to push himself too much, so he'll probably get very low end of the spectrum for the points that he'll gain. But it will mean possible health for his wrist, so you win some, you lose some.
You sort of run up on the 2, are you?
Currently looking at Mark on his slow lap. What's that coming through? Quartararo's lap time has been cancelled for exceeding track limits. 16 minutes left to go of the session, and it stands as Marc Marquez in first with a 120.372, D'Antonio in second with a 120.982, and Quartararo in third with a 121.016. Unusual, well, not an unusual top one, but kind of an unusual 2 and 3 there. Bagnaia's in 4th, Bezzecchi's in 5th, 6th is Binder, Costa is 7th, 8th is Aldegar, Alex Marquez is in 9th, so we're improving a little bit there for Alex. 10th is Miller, very good time for him. I mean, he usually does well in a practice session for some reason and then drops it in the qualifying and the races. And Ed Vinales is in 11th, Ralph Fernandez is in 12th, Morbidelli is in 13th, 14th is Marini, Mir is 15th, 16th is Zarco, Oliveira is 17th, Ayagura is in 18th, Friends is in 19th, Salvador is in 20th, and obviously not racing, it is Bastianini, and Chantra isn't even in.
Can I ask people, has YouTube introduced like a new Top Fans XP thing? And because I do not understand this. Because on some of your comments, I'm seeing it.
YouTube has changed quite a lot in its recent updates. Like, for example, mine keeps telling me when to go to bed. And apparently it thinks I wake up at 5 o'clock. So it's like, so-and-so till 5 o'clock. Or, here's your break reminder. It's like, I don't want a break. If I want to be on YouTube for 3 hours, I'll be on YouTube for 3 hours.
I was thinking, actually, what on earth was going on there. But now we know. Coming into it as well. Okay, what's the record around the ring? Well, the all-time lap record was set last year by Jorge Martin at 119.423. The best race lap record was Jorge Martin at 120.667. The best pole, well, that was Jorge Martin at 119.423 to come into it as well, which was the best pole. In terms of... no, but in terms... Yeah, well, it's just Martin, basically. He's done it all.
Basically, it's just forever him, except when he's not there.
Aha, right. We're going to go on now for the Moto... Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay, so now we're going to do... This is going to be different now for everybody watching. We're going to have to do two things at once. So I apologise as to how this might sound, because we're also now going to have to start the World Superbikes coverage at the same time. So just a little warning that for the next 30 or 40 seconds or so, it'll be a little bit different.
Am I still allowed to talk?
No.
Mute me then.
Okay, finish. Yeah, so it'll be slightly different because I'm going to have to introduce the World Superbikes who are at Donington Park. And I'm going to have to do that now. So do bear with as we do two shows at once with some multi-broadcasting. The World Superbike Championship moves away from Mazzano to the United Kingdom. We're outside East Midlands Airport. It's at Donington Park for the UK round of this year's 2025 World Superbike Championship. Let's get ready for all of the action then and hand over to our commentators down at the World Feed. And I'm back with you now, folks. Hello.
Ooh, Quartararo just lost it almost at turn 3. Kind of going around the corner, and then his right leg had to kind of like, it fell, and then he had to catch himself while going around the corner. That could have been a crash, but thankfully he managed to very quickly be like, nope.
So if you want to take a listen and timings watch along of the World Superbike session, that's now also available on JBMotorsports 2. And at the end of this session, you'll be redirected over to that stream, so you can keep an eye on what's happening at Donington Park. Meantime, Marc Marquez is on a 120.372. Only Ayagura and Lorenzo Salvadori are out there on the circuit. Johan Zarco still crashed out down at turn 1, so he's not yet officially inside pit lane. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did that come from the commentary box or outside?
Back door.
Ah, okay. All connected to us. Right, hang on, let's have a look. Jack is ahead of Oliveira and Rins again. He is indeed. What is Funky doing down there on his exact same machinery last year and was fighting for 5th and 6th finishes? Morbidelli, yeah.
You can tell all those people on the screen are related. They look exactly the same.
They do. Families coming here on Friday. Get all the action in.
That's a lot of noise coming out of it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm just going to go check, because I do know that
she's
Mom's doing... Yeah.
Yeah, go and have a double check.
Maybe she's hoovering it as well.
Okay, go now. Is it raining? It's raining. Give us a wave. Hello. Okay, off you go. Watch the door, remember. Bang the door before you leave. And she doesn't even do it. So, yeah, okay, there it is. 10 minutes to go then in the first session. So, yes, our World Superbike coverage is now underway. Marc Marquez, just kidding. Vanessa. It's too early in the morning for jokes. Oh, what? It's 10:19 here in the UK. It's 11:19 over there in Germany. Not exactly too late, just a little bit on the nose at the moment, isn't it? Still, Marc Marquez, 1:23.72. He's got the fastest time at the moment. Morbidelli, Aguirre, Rin, Salvadori, they're out there on the circuit as things stand. And the wonderful thing about the Saxon ring is that it's only got 3 right-hand corners and 9 left-hand corners, so you're going left considerably around this place. Fabio Quartararo, now just looking on down there in the pit lane. 1 day older than myself. 1 day. Yes. I heard someone coughing in the background. Well, that's... I can mute, but don't hear anybody from me coming in. Megan, no one else in the commentary box. Megan's popped outside for a second. Let's have a look. Donington's top back circuit. The triple calls unless Bulliger can stop him. We're out there on the circuit now. Keep an eye on all the information as well here for the World Superbikes. And just to inform you how this weekend's going to work with the World Superbike coverage, let's just take a quick look. We did have a schedule sorted. World Feed takes you through practice 1 and practice 2 and practice 3 and qualifying and race 1. In fact, I'm only here Sunday. Wow, okay. I'm only here Sunday for the Super Pole race and race 2, thanks to everything else on this weekend. So, that's going to be a bit of an interesting weekend. WCR Championship underway as well. Their 3rd round of the calendar. Now, this is Marc Marquez, who's now gone back out onto the circuit. He's on old tyres at front and back. Susie.
No less. Neil.
I'm jealous. Oh, well, they're out. They're out already, look.
Yep.
I said it this morning, and I don't mind saying it. You know, Susie, I am so happily retired, but a beautiful day riding around Donington Park. So weather's gorgeous there. I've got goosebumps genuinely just saying it now because I've got so many beautiful memories of that track. I love Donington.
They're out on their first free practice. That's
Jealous.
live, obviously, across the weekend on TNT Sports 3. If you want a multi-screen, you can have some glorious sunshine at Donington Park and some dark clouds here at the Saxon Ring, which we don't normally say. It's normally the other way around, isn't it?
It is usually the other way around, and it's a change at the factor that it is there as well to come into it.
Has that soothed your FOMO at all?
Slightly, but I'm not going to be there until later on.
She was hoovering the car. She is still hoovering the car.
Please show the current lap time along with the current sector. It's very hard to do, but I'll have a go.
In these sessions, it is quite difficult to manoeuvre everything around. In the qualifying sessions, we do show
easy.
it.
Yeah.
Because we're at the bottom of the screen.
Having a go, though. I will try. Hang on.
7 minutes left to go off the session. While he does that, I'm going to take you through where everyone is. I don't think they've changed much. For down at the bottom, Mayagura seems to be improving a slight bit. I reckon if he improves to anything, he's going to improve to like 17th or something. You watch. Oh, and that's someone going up the thing. That is Zarco going up into 4th with a 121.033. And Mayagura is estimated to go into 18th place. Mayagura has so much more potential than what this bike is allowing him to show. I really want that bike to be improved during a summer break or something.
Well, that's coming up soon.
Because I really think they need to improve. Chantra's bike also needs major improvement to fit him more.
Is that better for people?
Please do let us know if it is better.
Because then we get the current lap and sector, and then when I take it away, it goes back to everything else. Is that better for people?
I guess we'll see.
We're always adjusting things. You ask, we do.
Apart from when it's only me in the box, then I do not know how to do.
No, if I'm not here, she shouldn't have a foggy. So, yeah. I will always just do it.
I will tell you if I know, but I do not see.
So we now got time and lap they did it on, the sectors, the current time, the tyres. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Ideally, I'd like to have a driver tracker as well. Just where that blog is, have a driver tracker, but we don't have one yet. Go on, Max.
Yeah. Zarco about to cross the line, and he goes up into second place with a 120.961. Being really good for the last couple of minutes, Zarco has been. I mean, he just went up into fourth and now into second. I mean, what's next? And Jack Miller is also seeming to go really quick in the second sector and decent in the third, so he's about to cross the line and somehow jump into second position as well. I mean, that's very unusual from Miller, but also very good for him with a 120.743.
Good job then on that Yamaha, as there's a bit of blue sky just around the exit of the circuit now.
That's all we're getting.
I must admit, I'm getting a bit tapping with this thing. There we go. Because I wasn't on camera. I was standing and I was like, doesn't this not be here?
Is Zarco going to do it again?
First sector time, 17.844. Short lap here. As I said, 3 to the right, 9 to the left. Just about gets you here.
That's Mia going up into 13th. Okay, is Zarco going to do it? Or does he just stay?
Bezecchi moves up.
He just stays.
Zarco, he's back to have his 2 tenths down.
Yeah.
On his overall best lap time. Still, this is 4 minutes to go. This is the push laps to see if they're good or not.
And Vinales about to cross the line. Can he improve anywhere above a 6th? And he does, to 4th with a 120.947.
Somebody look to see if we're going to see anybody else change over in this final sector.
Oliveira's looking decent.
Bagnaia, Mia, Morbidelli, Mia especially. Middle sector's a 23.302, fastest of anyone.
Yeah, he might go up to like 10th or something.
So there are times that are improving here at the Saxon Ring.
Bagnaia's estimated to go into 7th, so even he's at 8th, that isn't much of an improvement. Well, Oliveira, sorry, goes up into 9th.
Do you know what we haven't seen? Much of this section of the circuit in this session, have we? The run out turn 10 down to turn 12, the big drop down the hill. We've barely seen it. It's always been about the first and third sectors.
Well, that's where people seem to be having most issues.
Yeah.
But I wish we'd see more of this bit of a circuit. I mean, it's so nice.
That rain cloud as you rise back up the hill past the ADAC building.
It's like, I told you, it's going to taunt the track.
All weekend long.
Mia goes up into 7th.
Zarco's, don't think he's going to improve actually.
Miller might.
Miller's going to go top here. Come on, Jack Attack, get us in.
Mia also has done another red sector 1, so he's obviously not done with it. 0.02 of a second. Miller's up at the moment. We're joining him now. Medium front, medium rear tyre as he comes into the last corner. Run up the hill. He's at least going to get really close to the lap time of Marc Marquez.
And this is, I think, the benefit here is how quick he's actually been as he goes over the line. He's now second fastest, 1:24.81. He's been faster and faster and faster as the weekend's gone on.
He has been. I mean, it's like, how? How does he get this pace? And why does this pace disappear in both qualifying and any race? Also, I think Mia's backed out of any possible lap time, thinking he could probably get another lap in.
What are you having for dinner?
I don't know. I know what I'm having for tea.
What have you got?
I am going to have a pork chop with
good.
the remainder of my sweet potato, maybe some coleslaw, and maybe some vegetables.
I think I've got a chicken sandwich.
I'm just going to have whatever's there. I tend to avoid lunch a lot, simply because I never know what to have. Breakfast is always a croissant and some coffee. If I have lunch, it's probably going to be like a toucan and a glass of milk.
She's Jean-Luc Picard, which is ironic. A croissant and a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
1:20.372.
Ooh, a little bit too close there, the wheels.
That's Frankie and Maverick?
Yeah, I'm going to say Vinales as well.
Yeah, it was Maverick, yeah.
If only we could see a rider tracker.
I know.
Hint, hint.
Well, they're improving. They've got that new race trace, haven't they?
True. Which is helpful, but
They are improving MotoGP.
we can't have that right now.
Yeah.
Right, that's Oldger moving up into 12th position. A lot of improvements out on the track. Jack Miller is also improving a lot right now. Bsky improves up into 3rd place with a 120.687. Yellow out on the track, sector 2. Who is that? That is orange. So I'm gonna guess that is Acosta.
Yeah, I don't think he's crashed. I think he's just run off. I think the bike's failed.
Yeah, that bike, you could hear something like
Clacking, yeah. So Miller still might go fastest here, but the checkered flag's out. Zarco goes 4th, Tishy 5th. Miller was past that yellow flag zone.
yeah, but he still backed off.
Oh. 10th back, yeah. He was past the yellow flag zone now.
Jack, why?
Still, Miller is now proving that he might be, if he can keep this pace up, a contention for Mark come Sunday, or even qualifying.
I hope that he is a contention to
Oh,
it.
the front dropped for Costa. Okay, so we did crash.
Also, I want to know why Jack Miller is the only rider or anything in the motorsports community that seems to obey the not the checkered flag, the yellow flag
flags.
when he's outside of the area.
Well, it's Miller cabs. He can't lose his license. He probably knows there's a fare.
Ay, ay, ay.
Probably will stop and pick up a Costa now as well, that's the thing.
Get on the back. I promise I won't kick you off. He's done that before.
Lap time cancelled, 63.72 for yellows.
Yeah, everyone who was doing such a good lap has lost it. I think except Antonio. He's kind of kept it.
Here's an irony for you. It's Marc Marquez, top, but slower than the all-time lap record. But that could change come Sunday.
He's like a second slower as well.
Yeah. Right, stay with us here on JB Motorsports 2 as you're going to have the practice start session and then you'll be redirected to the World Superbikes and their practice that's going on. Cheers, Megs, I'll let you go. And we'll hand down now to TNT Sports. What on earth's happened to our timing monitor?
I don't know, but I'm just looking at Acosta trying to get he's got his bike started in the
Runoff area.
runoff and now he's gone back out onto the track.
Can I just hold you here for a minute while
Why?
I try and get this sorted because for some reason our driver truck has gone absolutely nuts.
Here's a replay from the outside view of Acosta and yeah, he just drops it.
What?
I beg you, please let it show the way that Acosta. Okay, so he got up, but then he fell back down again because he only got up on one leg, and he wasn't balanced enough, so he fell again.
Oh. Okay. Well, thanks for that, Megs. Let's head down to TNT. We'll see you later on.
Watching the first part of the session, but just tune in to watch the practice starts.
I mean, you love that.
It is the highlight for Silva. Tell you what though, of all the places, if you're going to practice start, this is the one. I mean, it's the hardest, trickiest. It's just a horrible first corner. Whoever designed it was nasty. But imagine designing a blind off-camber first gear hairpin for a first corner. What could possibly go wrong? Nasty, nasty.
I don't know why that's tickled me so much. Yeah, as we started this session, we said it was one of the quirkiest tracks. I think it's probably the most quirky that we go to. I was thinking Portimao is also quirky.
I like what Michael said though. It's so right. He said this morning he quite liked it because when Michael raced in Grand Prix, he was on an uncompetitive machinery, and actually racing here, it levels it out. And I thought that's a really good point. I never thought about that.
It was about the only enjoying factor about it, and then you were a little bit closer. So yeah, you can look now and you see the top speed isn't going to play such a factor here for the Ducati advantage. I do think it levels the playing field a lot.
It's one of those things. This is where one of Mark's strong points are his starts as well. I mean, how good is he off the line?
Yeah, he is the complete package, there's no doubt. But yeah, even we look back to Mugello, when he fluffed the start procedure, didn't get the launch control device back engaged in time, and still what was leading by the end of lap 2.
Yeah.
It's It's phenomenal. What I will say about these start practice periods, when we spoke to Christophe Bourguignon in Assen, and he was explaining about how they do have to, the engineers need it as much as the riders to set up the height that they load the front fork to make sure the riders can engage it, and then how hard to brake into turn one to see if they disengage the rear. So in terms of a safety aspect and from the engineer's perspective, to get the useful data that then they can set up a bike that is safe for the riders, I completely get why this period happens, Neil.
Yeah. I agree, Mike. No, but actually...
Yeah, don't take that away from the mechanics and the engineers, Neil.
Yeah, Neil. This is one of the tracks, though, where that won't be a massive issue, as in it's a heavy braking turn. Your places like Silverstone, I guess, have to be really careful, haven't they, where you've got like a...
Silverstone and Le Mans, and circuits where you don't actually load the front end enough to disengage the rear, or even get the front fork to disengage.
All good so far.
See, why is it everyone like you've got to own this? Pull straight up to pole. Practice your start. Show your intention for the weekend. Look at them all. Ooh, I'm a second row man, me. Just got to own it. This is where you want Mark to just drive up and just pull up to the pole position spot.
I think, mate.
It'd make me smile. Let's see.
It's surely etiquette to pull up behind whoever's...
No, yes, yeah, absolutely.
It's a bit like when you get off a plane. You should wait.
Look.
Here we go.
There we go. Pole position.
Oh, look, it's gone to pole position.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there was no one in front at the time.
And Pecco knows his place. I'll just be just a little bit behind.
Let's see what happens here.
Not seen much wheel spin so far.
What are you saying about a plane? Susie, every time I travel with you,
there's etiquette on a plane.
When we land, why are you always the first to stand up?
Why do you clap when we land?
You
happy clapper.
Stand up and you stand there waiting. It's like, look, we're all going to get off.
I do not stand up. But I do expect the people behind to wait.
Me too.
That's just how it should be. Shall we have a look at what the World Superbikes do?
Yeah, why not?
Because, you know, I know...
Oh, here he is.
Look who's leading the session. Do you know him?
I know him very well. He goes well around Donington Park.
Alex Lowe is leading the free practice session.
Go on, lad.
Get in there, Alex.
That's impressive on the all-new Bermotor. First time he'll have ridden that bike round that track.
Do you want to talk about Alex a little bit more? I know you do.
Well, I'll tell you what, as you know, I've managed him for the past 11 years, and there's only one thing he's better at than racing a motorcycle, and that's being a commentator stroke pundit. So I'm making sure I keep him riding motorcycles so he doesn't take my job. I don't even want commission anymore.
Because he's better than you.
Exactly. I don't want commission anymore. I just need to just make sure I keep him off the microphone.
Well, he's doing really well in Donington so far, and when we come off air, you've got 20 more minutes of that you can watch.
His top rank is going to come around and spoil it.
I think it looks like it was.
Yeah. Like he's done all season.
He's second. He went second.
Don't rate him.
Don't rate him. There's been so much talk about Top Rack coming into this. Did you see it on social media? He did an interview with Greg, and then he stands up on the wall and just does a backflip, just for giggles.
Because he can. He's so talented at whatever he does.
He got that from you, I think, Neil.
He definitely did not. His balance, what he can do, obviously, on a motorcycle. He's a full-time stunt rider, isn't he? He's got that much skill. But yeah, anything he seems to do, he's just got a very natural way of doing it. Can't wait for him to be in this paddock next year.
And it's interesting because he does all these flamboyant, gregarious things on the bike, but he's actually just a very calm, lovely lad when you meet him, isn't he?
He is, which is brilliant. He's very personable, a lovely lad, but also an entertainer. He's definitely come out of his shell in recent years. When I first met him, he was a very shy, quiet individual, and now he's beginning to flourish, and you can see his character a lot more on show. I think
a bit like you, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
100%.
You were quiet and shy when we first met you, and now you're always doing those backflips.
Yeah, I can't stop me.
It's normally 3 pints in.
There's only one of our team that can do backflips, and that's good.
Yeah.
I've seen him do one off a bench after Laguna Seca in LA once, but I don't think he meant to.
Did you really? Oh, he fell.
Wasn't really so much of a backflip.
Back
It's
flop.
a back flop. Yeah. We'll be in a minute. Raging. Sun's out now here in Saxon-Ring. I mean, that is what you expect, but you can see just some foreboding dark clouds in the back of shot, and that is how it's going to be and how it's going to sit weather-wise all weekend. We have a sort of 40, 50, 60% chance of rain each day. And honestly, not that I want to stand in the rain, I don't mind, but I think it would be great for racing if it did mix up a bit.
I'd love a flag to flag, I think.
Yeah, me too.
That would certainly whet the appetite for Sunday. But yeah, it's going to come. I do believe we're going to have a few rain showers at either inopportune or opportune moments, depending on your position. We know Mark deals with it quite well, but I think it could shake things up here on Sunday on a weekend like where he looks like he's going to dominate. So yeah, we'd like to see a little curveball thrown his way.
And what's Pecco thinking, do you reckon, at the moment?
Well, like I said, he's 0.7 off the fastest, 9th in that session. I mean, you'd have to be disappointed. I know, obviously, he's a slow burner. He doesn't go that well on Fridays, let's say, but you've got to change that.
You know, because he has a completely different riding style to Mark on that bike. And obviously on a Saturday night, they used to be able to look at Jorge Martin's data. You could argue it is a different style to Pecco, but perhaps more similar than Mark, than the difference between him and Mark. Do you think that is a slight miss?
It's funny, somebody else mentioned that a while ago, and
It's probably me.
No, I don't think it was. So, and I think it's a really good point, because genuinely, because we know you can't copy what Mark does. No one can. Otherwise, people would have been able to do it. And yeah, you're so right. It was common knowledge that we saw this happen a lot, where Pecco would copy the homework of Jorge Martin because they have very similar styles, and that he was always, certainly on a Sunday, able to gain from that. So yeah, could be part of the problem.
We shall see. We shall indeed. Well, that's it then for the first session here from the Saxon Ring in Germany. Be sure now to stay with us here on JB Motorsports 2 as we will go live over to the World Superbikes and their practice session with 20 minutes to go there. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again later on. Take care. Bye-bye.